Yo, what is up? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn. Hey, and I have a update for you, and it is that these relationships are doomed. look, look, what I just saw on my TV, it just like it spelled it out for me. There's no way that uh, more than two of these couples are going to leave the island intact. It's that simple. One way or another, these relationships are going to implode because it's just too much. It's too much sex. It's too much temptation, and a lot of these couples were not built on firm foundation. Okay, you're in this type of relationship if you're with somebody that you pretty much started dating after having sex with them on the first or second night. There you go. All right, you met somebody. What's up, Myra? Myra in the building. Hey, Myra, I think you the. Hey, Myra, you the feds, man. You always on. You always catch me when I'm on live. Nobody else catch me when I'm on live. No, I'm just playing. Look, so if Myra was funny. All right, but anyway, you're in a flippy floppy type of relationship when you just met a person and you have sex with them, and all of a sudden you're in a relationship with them. You have to know that relationship is not sturdy. The same way you got that person, for all intents and purposes, is the exact same way you can lose them. You met this person, had sex with them first or second night. Now you think then because of that, you get in a relationship with that person, and all of a sudden now you think that this person is yours. You're right. All right, because they are sexually driven and you did nothing but feed that appetite that night. And perhaps that experience was fun enough that this person wants to kind of claim it for their own. But the minute you put that unstable relationship in an environment where they can get those dopamine rushes once more, because by that point, you and that person have been in a relationship for a year or plus. So that dopamine rush is not exactly the same. At that particular point, you're doomed. All right. Just like these relationships, let me tell you, these relationships are not going to make it. And I'll break it down one by one if you want me to do that. I don't have a problem. I don't have anything to do. We can start off. I'm going to go in an unorthodox, unlinear, or how do you say? I'm going to go in a different way than I typically do. I'm going to start off with this couple right here. Great. And Paris. Now, let's just peel the Band-Aid off. I'm going to start off with Great. First off, Great, after the bonfire, he came to the realization that he did not want to be hurt by Paris. And he didn't say it that way explicitly, but, I was using my Mandar, and I was listening to everything he was saying, and I was like, oh, he don't want to be hurt. He's the kind of guy that is used to hurting other women, other people. So when the shoe was on the other foot, he doesn't like it. I personally think that Great's entire premise for being on this show is karma. I believe that this is the kind of guy who pretty much just jumped from woman to woman to woman to woman. And man, this show, him being on this island, is purely all about karma for him. And Paris is going to give him a bucket load because, man, she is acting out. Now, I did watch Great. And again, after the bonfire, he kind of points out, like, look, man, I'm going to just start to relax. I'm not going to think too much. I'm going to get out of my head, and I'm going to just be single. Now, he said this before, but this time he said it with a lot more fervor. He said it with more conviction. Like, you know what? Now I'm serious. I'm going to just be free and do my own thing. And he did. This episode, you saw Great all over the place. He was with one girl, two girls, three girls. And at the party, he broke all guy code, and he was licking on Hall's favorite chick. He was on everybody. It's like, I don't care, bro. He's an alpha male, and he showed that. However, can we talk about the obvious? Paris is going to destroy this guy unless he is exactly who he thinks he is, which is this irresistible player and the Earth's gift to women. If he truly believes that, whatever Paris does, he'll be hurt for a moment, but he'll shake it off and say, all right, well, moving on to the next one. But if he is not committed to the role that he's playing, Paris is going to take his heart, stomp on it, and put it back in his body. Okay, because Tajik, yeah, man, he is relentless. He told Paris, this is how relentless Tajik is. He told Paris from the beginning, he told her straight up, like, listen, I'm here to have fun. And He's so blunt with it. She got upset about that because she wanted to hear romantic nothings. But Tajik was like, look, these guys just telling you all this other stuff, they're basically lying to you. I'm just telling you what it is and what you really want. See, Tajik has already broke down Paris's little defenses. And, it happens. It happens to the best of us. When your relationship is not firmly based in real love, and on top of that, you've cheated on that person more than one time, let me tell you something, man. Listen, it's a wrap. Once that other person gets pressed. And to my understanding, Paris had not cheated back on Great. It's my understanding that Great cheated on Paris twice, 3 times, and Paris took him back. It's a wrap. It's over. It's not going to work. Look, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a party. I already told you what Great did. Great was on everybody, all the chicks. I think I saw him on a guy at one point. That's how he was on everybody. He was on the cameraman. Anyway, but Paris, see, women, they can destroy a guy much easier than a guy can destroy. Because here's how you destroy a woman. It's kind of easy, actually. You destroy a woman by not giving her attention. If you deprive her of attention, if you deprive her of conversation, if you don't look her away, if you don't react to her advances, that is how you destroy a woman. It's kind of easy. How you destroy a man is flirting, right? Flirting itself can destroy a guy, his whole ego. But Paris has taken it to a whole other level. Not only is she flirting with Tajik and a few other people, she is reacting to the flirting of Tajik in a way that is very uncomfortable. Even as I watch, I'm not even with Paris. I feel unnerved. I mean, I feel uncomfortable for Great. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, snap. She really likes it. So it's one thing for a female to be flirted with. But in this case, Paris she's not reacting to the flirting from Tajik. She's melting to the flirting from Tajik. I mean, literally, she's in the seat, head back, melted. As if she's a whipped cream milkshake or something like that. Look, it's going to be a wrap for this relationship. It's not going to work. So I don't know if you saw it. I'll break it down. I don't want to do a super recap, but I'll just tell you because you got to know about this. The Girls Have a Party is actually a talent show, which I thought was different. Again, the differences between men and women is so vast. Guys, it's all about grab attention, grabs. Hump. So that's what the guys did. They had this huge party with whipped cream all over the place, and the girls was twerking all over the place. That's what guys like. Made sense. Women, they want to know what you bring to the table. They want to know your gifts. They want to know what makes you special. They want to see you show that you're alpha male, all that kind of stuff. So the women, they didn't have this little rough and rugged party where they splashing all over the place and twerking. No. See, what they did was they did a talent show, and then the guys had to get out of their comfort zone and show the women their talents, and they had to be vulnerable. Man, women are so cold-blooded. And Tajik, who went last, I thought he was going to get outclassed by Michael or Mike, whatever his name was. He did a little rap, and I thought it was a good rap. But what Tajik did, he did a snake crawl. Like he did one of those joints. I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad. This is so bad. So he does a snake crawl, crawls up to Paris, and just started humping her head. I don't know what's up with Tajik and humping this young lady head. He didn't hump this girl head so much that her wig. Anyway, the point is, like, he humps the girl head, and he gets. I don't even know where the guy got some oil from. He was humping her head. Then out of nowhere, I feel like this guy keeps a bottle of oil on standby in his underwear just in case. He pulls out some oil from nowhere, starts to spray his body, and started humping her face some more. I'm like, bro, what is this? What manner of sorcery is this? And Paris is melting in the seat. And you know what's hilarious? The most funniest thing about all of this is not even Paris's reaction. The most funniest thing about it is Vanessa's reaction. Vanessa had already put on Paris's radar that she wanted to, talk to Tajik and go out on a date, which I thought broke girl code. I didn't like that move from Vanessa. I was just like, yo, if you know that she feeling Tajik, why are you even putting that into the atmosphere that you might be interested? I just thought that was shady. But nevertheless, the point is, as she's watching Tajik give this erotic dance to Paris, her tongue is out, and it's all subconscious. She has no idea it's happening because it's a natural reaction. She's like watching this guy. Her tongue is out because in her head, she's imagining herself swapping places with Paris. Because Tajik is the woman killer, bro. I'm so glad this guy's on the show because he is going to unpeel whoever he targeted, because he's an F-boy if I ever seen one. Whoever he targeted, he was going to get. He knew that already, and that's just what it was. And it just so happens he targeted Paris. And I think you can take this how you want to take it, but I think he saw a weakness or a fracture in the relationship. He couldn't do what he's doing to Kaitlin. He just couldn't do it. He couldn't do what he's doing. He can do it to Vanessa. He can do it to Paris, obviously. I don't think he could do what he's doing to either Kaitlin or Marisela. And it's because of the foundation that their relationships have. Okay. And it's not to say their relationships are perfect, but it's no question whatsoever that Great and Paris's relationship is purely sexual. It's no question whether or not Rob and Vanessa's relationship is purely sexual. And this is why an F-boy can come in and snipe out a chick that's in a sexual relationship. Because let's face it, women don't value sex the same way men do. Women value attention and, romanticism and affection and all that kind of stuff. And and attention times two. And that is exactly what Paris is getting, especially when you consider that great, and his brain thinks he's, the universe's gift to women. So he's not even like really sweating Paris like that. But guess what? He about to. Yeah, I don't know if he love her or not, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. The next couple is Vanessa and Rob. First off, shout out to Rob because I'm so happy that Rob has moved on from Vanessa. I just don't think that this is a good couple whatsoever. Let me tell you something that I don't like about my main girl, Vanessa. First off, Vanessa continuously downplays Rob's potential because, according to her, he has some growing up to do. And then she goes on the show and meets Bryce, who's only 1 year older than Rob is. And she kind of criticizes Bryce as well because he's not assertive and he's not trying to push the sexual agenda like Vanessa is. I have. The point is, as a woman, you just expect a woman to be a little bit more conservative when it comes to sex. But in this case, it's just not the case. And I like this. I like this whole sexual thing from Vanessa because, it's almost like she thinks like a man. And I think it's not just, I don't really think it's that. I think she's an alpha woman and an alpha female. I like that. And I think she's not afraid of her sexuality. She's 35 years old or something to that effect. So she's at the point where she knows who she is sexually and all that. She knows what she likes. And you couldn't tell me she was that assertive at the age of 25. I just wouldn't believe it. So the point is, she's older and she has these expectations of these younger men that she keeps dating. And my thing to Vanessa, if I could tell her anything, is if you want a man, if you want a full grown man, then go date one. Stop dating these kids. And I'm not going to even call them kids, but a guy that's 24, a guy that's 25 doesn't quite have it all figured out. So if you want these older guys, these more mature guys, then go date a 40-year-old. So to me, a lot of times I like to call her out. It's like, what you're talking about is BS, because if in actuality you wanted this whole manly man that's fully developed, that has his career and all in order and all that, then why are you keep dating these kids? I can't stand a female who downgrades her partner because he's younger, but then again, at the same time, she keeps dating younger guys. If you want a guy that's fully established, that got this and got that and got all his situations and affairs together, then go date that. It's out there. Vanessa can pretty much get any guy she wants. So why do you keep going for 24 and 25-year-olds? Guys that's in their mid to early 20s. Go get a guy that's 40, 45, 50. Then you can feel what it feels like to be challenged, because let me tell you something. A guy that's 40 is not going for not even half of what Vanessa is putting out on the table. The reason she gets away with so much is because she continues to date these kids. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same in reverse. Like, if you look at what Hall is doing with, I forget her name. Hall. He's doing, I forget the girl's name, but the point is, she's only like 22 years old. So Hall is putting all this game on her. And I'm looking at this girl like, do you know that Hall is like 32, 35 years old and he's over the hill? And do you know that you are absolutely beautiful? You like a legitimate 9 to 10 out of 10, like on most guys' radar and scales. The only reason that you're even giving Hall any time is because he's older and he knows what buttons to push and what to say. And I would argue that Hall knows that women like stability, and Hall appears stable. So he's just running game on the young lady. And I really feel bad for her. I wish somebody would step up and say, look, I get what I get what you're looking for and all that, but he's literally like over the hill. Like, you can find him in a younger package, and that's no shade. But that's my 2 cents for Vanessa. Like, shut it, girl. If you really want somebody that's established, Go date a 40-year-old. Quit dating these kids because you're making this guy insecure. You're beating this guy down. And I felt so good to see Rob on the couch with that hot Latino chick, and they just kissing it up. I'm like, good job, Rob. Don't waste your time with Vanessa. She has already told Bryce that. What she tell? Hey, Myra, let me tell you what she said. Myra was like, listen, let me tell you. She told Bryce that, why are you wasting time? Like, F me already. Basically, something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. So I'm like, yo, if your girl is telling another guy to do it to her already because, you know, that's what kind of mindset she's in, like, bro, it's over. And the crazy part, this is the part I really disliked about this episode. You know, at the bonfire, they typically show clips of the other couple. I really dislike the fact that Mark and company and his producers did not show Rob the part where she tells Bryce, hey, you know, what are you waiting for? Come F me or come sleep with me or something like that. I'm like, why would you show him anything other than that? It didn't really matter because Rob was pretty much over Vanessa anyway, but that would have sealed the deal. And perhaps the producers, being smart, realized, like, look, we still want to show. If we show that, it'll be no mystery there. It will be no possibility there. So maybe they didn't show it because of that. And I would argue that's a smart decision. Because let me tell you, any guy that hears a woman say that and they're with them, it's over. I'm good. What'd you say? You told a guy to come do what? All right, well, you can have it. And that's exactly what happened. But yeah, Vanessa, man, she's a man. I done said it a million times. I'm gonna say it again. She's a man eater. She's gonna eat these little young guys up. They better stop playing with this Black Widow. They better realize what's going on here. They don't got the game. If I was on the show, it's no way that she gonna game me like this, because if I'm on the show, I'm gonna get what I want. I'm gonna be on my way, because I don't know why a girl would take me to an island like this anyway. I mean, I really, in reality, I wanted class flirt, and like my high school superlative was class flirt. Like I was flirting with all the chicks. So you take me to an island called Temptation Island, and I'm single. I'm in a relationship. I'm not married. It's a wrap. Don't take me to no Temptation Island, and we're not committed, like marital. It's a wrap. I'm doing my thing. I don't know why you took me here. But anyway, the point is, I'm happy to see Rob rebound like this, and there's no way that they're going to stay together. And to be quite frank, Vanessa doesn't like Rob. I think he was young. I think their relationship was purely sexual, and I think that he satisfied her sexually to some extent. But I don't think it goes beyond that. I don't think he stimulates Vanessa mentally, and I think she needs pushback because she's an alpha female. She needs a guy that's masculine, like ultra masculine. You know, they always say this thing about toxic masculinity. Well, guess what? That's what a lot of women like. All right, they like guys that's toxically masculine. When you see these guys in high school, when they got their hand around a girl, dang, they're choking her. You know what I'm saying? That's what they like. They like these guys that's like, I don't really need her, bro. Like, you know, they like these kind of guys, right? And unfortunately, Robinson is just not that. It's that simple. The next couple I want to talk about is Kaitlin and Hall. I've kind of spoken about Hall a little bit. Man, I can't help but get this vibe that Hall is running game on, I don't know her name. Just know she's gorgeous, about 22 years old, and I cannot help but feel I feel it in my soul, like this guy is running game on her. And yes, I do believe Hall truly believes what he thinks in his heart about liking this young 22-year-old chick. I know he likes her, but it's not hard for a guy to like a chick that's 22 when you're 35. That's not love. That's not a connection. Dude, if I'm on a show like this and bring up my girl, and my girl brought me, because in this case, Kaitlin brought Hall. If my girl brought me to this and we're not married yet, and I see a 22-year-old and I'm 35, bro, that's not love. That's just straight infatuation, lust, however you want to phrase it. And, you know, I hate it because as a father, I have two daughters, and I'm like, if my daughter brought a Hall home and she's 22, I'm not only going to tell him to leave my house, I might smack him in his grill. Like, bro, you think you're going to play with my daughter? Like, you think I don't know the game? Like, you 35 years old, you're not about to date my 22-year-old daughter. I don't care who you is. The only way you're going to date my 22-year-old daughter is if you're a billionaire, and even then, you're going to have to wait to touch her until you're married. All right, because, I mean, the reason I said a billionaire, because I won't sign off the deal. Anyway, just ignore that part. I can't edit it out because it's live. But the point is, he would still have to wait because I would know the game. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. We're going to wait you out. So while we wait you out, I'm going to try to expunge all the finances and things I can get out of you because you're a scumbag anyway. And most likely because you're dating a young lady who you think you can manipulate, you won't stay around for the long haul anyway. So we'll get those tickets to the skybox. We'll get those nice little gifts, little perfumes, little this, little that. little couple of little restaurant business. Cool, we'll do it. We'll take advantage of all that. Just like you try to take advantage of my 22-year-old daughter. But guess what? You ain't gonna touch her because that's what it is. You know, that's what she needs. She needs somebody, a father figure, a brother figure who knows the game, and they will help, help her maneuver through Hall's little situations. And you notice that Hall doesn't talk to anybody else. He only talks to her because nobody else would even touch this guy. And again, let me not give Hall a terrible reputation because I personally think he's a decent person. I don't like the fact that he dated Kaitlin for 3 years and then broke up with her, admittedly, to go and date other females. What kind of scumbag is that? And then he comes back to her and gives her 5 more years. And then he wants to pressure her to have children with him and doesn't take accountability for the fact that she might not trust you, bro. That's it. And, talking about Kaitlin real quick, man, gosh, Kaitlin just does it for me. When I say this is the quintessential female, that goes beyond race. It's not about a race thing. The fact that she might be, I don't know what she is, Italian, white, I don't know what she is, Jewish, I don't know. The point is, she represents herself like a man or a husband wants their wife to represent themselves. And in this case, Hall is not married to Kaitlin, and Hall is not married to Kaitlin, but I can understand why he proposed to her. A lot of women, they miss this, man. They miss this very, very golden goose or golden point, which is, men, they like promiscuous women. They like sleeping with promiscuous women. They like dating, kissing, being around promiscuous women. But you know who they love, though? They love respectable women. Men love respectable women. We will sleep with a girl that's putting herself out there. We will kiss, we will call, we'll talk, we'll take out, we'll date, we'll spoil, we'll do all that because we want the sexual favors that come with that kind of female. However, we love a respectable woman, a woman that shows grace, a woman that shows that she respects herself, because that's what comes across when you meet a girl and you can sleep with her on the first night. It just comes across as if she don't respect herself. And if she doesn't respect her own body enough to make her, to make another person wait to engage in her body, then why would I invest in this woman in terms of love? I'm not going to love you. I'll sleep with you because you don't even care about yourself. But as far as trying to put a ring on your finger and give you my last name, and I slept with you in the first night, or you know what I'm saying, or I met you at a party and was able to take you from your boyfriend, like, nah, I'm good. I'll enjoy the fruits of your body, but I'm not going to invest in them because women don't understand this. Men like a woman that respects herself. And when I look at Kaitlin, she is exactly that. Look, if you don't know, her and Mike are starting to grow this weird attraction to one another. And she's so uncomfortable with it. And I know what Mike is trying to do. Mike sees the fractures in her and Hall's relationship, so he's trying to exploit those fractures. Mike has no intention of being with this chick long term. And I'm screaming at the camera like, Kaitlin, don't fall for it. All Mike wants to do is smash. Now, I will give Mike this. I think he recognizes what we all recognize. All the guys who are watching the show, we all recognize that Kaitlin is a catch, right? And sure, I think Mike, in the back of his mind, not the front, in the back of his mind is like, yo, I really do like this chick. But I think he's trying to smash. And we saw that tonight when Mike goes to Kaitlin's bed. I was so upset with Mike. I don't even know why I was upset. But he goes to Kaitlin's room. He kind of lays in the bed, this big giant gorilla of a guy. He has roses on the bed. He's trying to hit her with all those little rookie moves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dog, yo, Kaitlin is not 22 years old. You're going to have to come a little harder than that. You're going to have to hit her emotionally, psychologically. You're not going to just be able to give her some flowers, bro, and she's going to be all good for it. Like, bro, this is not high school. This is a grown woman, bro. And that's what he's missing. So he tries to finesse her. And I just, love Kaitlin's response to Mike. Look, Mike is trying to lay in her bed. He catches her right before she goes to bed. And you know what Kaitlin does? She tells him, look, I got to go and take my makeup off. I'll be right back. And He says, "Oh well, I'll be asleep by then." That's what guys use as reverse psychology to say, you know what, just come and lay down right now. She was so smart though. She said, "No, I'm gonna take my makeup off," and then she goes to sleep in the living room and leaves Mike in the bed by himself. If that ain't no good woman, I don't know what it is, bro. Hey, look, I don't know. And the thing about this irritating for me is that Hall is putting her on ice because she won't have kids with him. And the funny thing about it is, Kaitlin then told him, like, look, I'll have kids with you. I'm just not ready right now. And my thing is, bro, if you ain't even married to her yet, why are you even thinking about kids? He acting like he got like you know how women be acting like they got that little clock in their body, like, oh, I'm 42, I can't. He acting like he got one of those. I'm like, bro, you 35, relax. And, you know, my mother told me best. She said, you know, when you meet your wife and you marry your wife, wait 5 years before you have your first child because you want to experience life with that person. Because the minute you have a child with somebody, bro, I don't care what nobody tell you, your life changes. You can't just pick up and go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I wanted to take my wife out this week? I couldn't because I got 2 little big head kids, 3 that I got to take care of. But the fact that she left Mike, and Mike is a decent looking guy. You know, he's a masculine guy. He's a big guy. You can tell he's an F boy. But she played that F boy like a fiddle. Okay, she put the F and fiddle on this one. She left him in the bed by herself. You want to know why she did that? Because she respects herself. Because she loves herself. You know, I was watching the video not long. I'm not going to name these female rappers, but it's just so disgusting the way that they continuously degrade themselves. You know, they doing sexual acts with the microphone, twerking their butt all on TV, all on stage, flashing their breasts all on TV. I'm like, bro, is that how much important money is to you that you would degrade your entire femininity? Like, I'm so tired of women acting like, you know, guys treat us like property. I mean, you're like treating yourself like property, like a sexual tool. And then I'm not supposed to treat you that way too. That's why I appreciate women like Kaitlin, because she's beautiful. She looks better than most of the women I'm talking about. These little female rappers. She looks just about better than all of them. Shit, no BBLs, no fake breasts. There might be a couple like extensions in her head, but ignore that. The point is, she has morals. She cares about herself. She cares about how she's perceived. And one of the reasons she didn't sleep with Mike on this episode is because she's engaged. And that means something to her. Okay? Shout out to Hall for at least being engaged with this chick. Because a lot of these other guys, they're just dating. You know what I mean? Speaking of dating, Vanessa and Rob only been together for a year. Like, who knew that relationship is over? But not this one, man. You know, Hall is in a great situation. Let me stop hating on Hall for just a moment. Hall is in a beautiful situation. Either he's going to leave with a beautiful 22-year-old or he's going to leave with a beautiful Kaitlin. I love both of those young ladies. They're both beautiful people. Now, the funny thing is, I hope Hall actually gets a 22-year-old because he's going to be so upset he did. That 22-year-old is a firecracker, and there's no way she's ready for long-term love. Yes, she wants a family. It sounds good in theory, but the minute she had that first kid, and that kid wakes her up at like 3 a.m, you know what I'm saying? And then it happens again the next day, and then again the next day, she's going to be out of love with this fantasy that kids are fun and all that. She's going to realize that kids are work. And then around that point, Hall's going to be the same Hall that he is right now, probably with about 10 more pounds on him. And she's going to be like, yo, I can do better than this. And he's going to be stuck. He's going to be stuck. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to try to find Kaitlin. And I hope that she don't take him back. But she seemed like the type to take him back. Man, I'm just irritated. Now, the next and last couple I want to talk about is Marisela and Christopher. This couple, I'm saving them for last for the simple fact that they're a foregone conclusion. There's just no way that they're going to break up. I love Marisela. Now, the funny thing about, you know, Marisela is that she's sexually open. She's talked about being a lesbian and being attracted to women and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, she has a grace about her. She is very respectable. She's not clobbering all over these guys. And I just respect that so much. I mean, if women knew, if they really knew, I don't think they know because men don't really talk about it and they're not, you know, articulate enough to express it. But I am. This is why I'm here. I believe this is my purpose on this planet, right? Am I right or wrong? They might be one of the reasons. And I think that women have no clue how much men respect and appreciate a woman they can trust. And when I say trust, I'm trusting you not to cheat on me. I'm talking about a woman that they trust to love themselves. Did you get what I said? A woman that I can trust that she loves herself, because I know if I can find a woman that loves herself, I don't have to worry about some guy walking up on her trying to get a number and take her out and getting her drunk, because she loves herself enough that she won't allow it to happen to herself. Not she won't allow it to happen to her to hurt me or keep me happy. No, she will not allow certain things to happen because she loves herself first and she appreciates herself first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sleep with this guy, this chick, because I love myself, and that would tarnish me first before I roll down to you. You see what I'm saying? And I just love a woman like that. And I don't think women understand how valuable. Look, you got women out here trying to get BBLs. You got women out here getting lip injections, getting breast pumps and breast this and hair extensions. You know what you can substitute all that crazy materialistic stuff and just work on loving yourself. And that's free. You know what I'm saying? You got women out here killing themselves to look good, trying to be more attractive and get more attention. But you know what gets more attention than a big butt? A woman that has grace. And I just wish they knew that, and they don't. They just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? And I blame these fathers, these weak fathers out here. They're not telling their daughters, like, listen, young lady, if you want the right kind of guy, then show yourself to be respectable. Show yourself to be graceful. Show yourself to care about yourself. If you see a chick, I'm telling you right now, the minute I see a chick twerking on stage, yes, I want to smash. Are you surprised? But I don't want to marry. Yes, I want to dive in it, but I don't want to stay. And this is why I love Marisela, man. And this is the craziest thing about Marisela. She's enjoying herself. It's not like she's like Chris. Chris is arguing with females. He's so loyal to Marisela, and I know why. Because she's so graceful and she's so beautiful with that grace. So ain't no guy is going to replace Marisela easily. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some decent looking chicks on the guy's side. But I'm telling you, man, if I came in with Marisela, I'm not trading her for none of them. Because not only is she physically beautiful, but she is spiritually beautiful. And like I told you, you see Chris having issues as far as, dancing with chicks. You can see him like facing temptation. All that stuff is cool. But when it's all said and done, if he's smart, he'll be able to dodge all those advances because, quite frankly, he knows what he has. And you saw a chick call him out at the pool party like, Chris, he's not authentic. And what she really meant to say is, Chris is not giving me any attention. And it's probably because Chris knows what he has. Who's going to trade in? I mean, who's going to trade in a woman like this for a chick that's on the show to seduce men? Because I don't care how beautiful the woman is or how this or how that. These women on this show and the guys, they're here to tempt people out of their relationship. So by default, you kind of lose your credibility right there to be someone wants to love long term. Why would I want to marry you and you're here to tempt me out of my relationship? That tells me your morals are and it's not fair because it's a show. But if I'm on a show called Temptation Island, I'm bringing my girl or whatever, and you got these beautiful women, I'm not taking them seriously. I'm gonna try to do my thing, I'm gonna try to kiss, sleep, whatever, have some fun. But at the end of the day, I'm not married. I'm not taking them long term seriously. No, because you've already told me by default you're temp driven, like you're sexually driven because you're on Temptation Island. And I know that's hypocritical because if I'm on the show, then perhaps I'm just as bad as they are. But there's no way I would be on the show unless somebody took me. But the point is, I just think she's a beautiful young lady. Chris, man, he's a decent guy too. I want to give him a little bit of credit because you have a situation where women are calling him out. They're questioning his character. We had a lady call him. She said, "I wish you would be more authentic." I'm like, he's not being authentic. It's just he's not going to trade in a woman of value for a woman of a night. Or for a night. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to trade in a house with a mortgage that they're paying off on or they own for a hotel room. I mean, yes, hotel rooms are fun. Yes, hotel rooms are a great break from the normal day-to-day routine. But nobody's going to trade in their house, whether they own it or paying the mortgage, and they're not going to trade that in for a hotel room. And that's what she's asking him to do. She's asking him to trade in this beautiful house of a woman for a beautiful hotel room. Yes, that room is going to be fun for 5 days max. But let me tell you something right there. A woman like this, you can get old with a woman like that. You see what I'm saying? I ain't see her kiss nobody. I didn't see her all in nobody's face. You got guys. I don't even think guys even flirting with Marisela like that because they already know what it is. See, that's the thing. That's another thing that women don't know. These F boys that you keep running into, they keep running into you because they can recognize that you don't understand the game. They see that. You're coming across too gullible. You're coming across looking like you want attention so bad. You come across as if, you don't have stability in the realm of manliness. When I say that, I mean, maybe you have issues with your father. Your father wasn't there. So these F boys, they can spot that out and they'll prey on that, right? Because if you look at a situation like the wilderness, I was watching some kind of zoo video or something like that. And guess what? The lions and the pride, they looked for the weakest of the bunch. They didn't look for that strong, they found the weakest one. That's what men do. We find that women that got their butt out, their breasts out, they showing too much skin. We can recognize that as this woman she doesn't have enough respect for herself to cover herself. So bingo, right? That's what it is. Look, a guy, and I'm not even saying Marisela is perfect. I'm just saying that despite her curiosity about other women, it is what it is. She's not with a woman, so I have to base her off of what she's doing and how she's living her life. But the fact of the matter is, I'm telling you, if I'm on this show, I can't even find that's what guys do. When we look at a woman, we try to find the opening. Like, okay, where can I? Like, that's how guys are, because we're sex driven, and we're trying to find where the cracks are, not in the relationship necessarily, in the woman first. Because if there are cracks in the woman, then the relationship is wide open, right? But I mean, and we saw this in the Bible, right? Why do you think what's the little loser's name? Oh yeah, Satan. What did he do? Right? He caught Eve away from the guy. He saw cracks in her, and her crack was curiosity and not knowing or being ignorant to certain things. So he exploited that. That's what guys do. We exploit women. We try to find their little her butt out. Oh, that tells me she don't respect. Okay, cool. This out, that out. You know what I'm saying? Or she talk like this. Okay, bam. That's what guys do. And when they see a woman that's got her stuff tight, got her stuff tight, and I ain't saying covered in the gown from top to bottom with her face covered in the mask and then like that. I'm saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? She's dressed like a classy woman. You see what I'm saying? Because it's so much strength in being a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I know that because I was raised by a strong woman. So I know how powerful women are and can be. But women trade in all their power for male attention. And maybe it's good as that way, because if it weren't that way, then we probably wouldn't have a population. I guess that's like something that's encoded in their psychology. They must crave the attention of men, and men must be trying to have sex. It's probably the way it's supposed to be, so that we have procreation. However, look, a woman that understands her worth and and I'm not talking about a woman who's like aggressive, like, yo, what's going on, B? Hey, like DMX. I've met women like that. No, I ain't talking about like that. I'm talking about a woman that doesn't look for anything. She lets everything come to her. Bam, there it is. A woman that lets things come to her. She doesn't have to wear revealing clothing. She doesn't have to flash her breasts. She don't have to be the loudest one at the party. She don't gotta do none of that, because she's confident and respect who she is. So she cooling. She's beautiful, right? And guys will come to her because that's what. I'm just telling you, man. It ain't. Look, and that's regardless of what you look like. You can be a chick that most people might say is not the best looking. But let me tell you something. If you package yourself a certain way and you show respect to yourself, the right men will come. Because what happens is, when a woman is so open and vulnerable, and her vulnerability stems from what happened with her with great, but Tajik was able to scope out that vulnerability. And when a woman got everything out showing and she's like this and that and whatever, man, let me tell you something. That's what happened. Now, there's a lot of other stuff that happened on the show. You had, eliminations. You have, some little bickering, fighting between Nafisa and what's that chick name with that wig? I can't stand that damn. I just be, it's not. I know her name. She's growing on me though. I like her a little bit more now. But that damn wig is just driving me crazy. I just want to go to just go into the screen and just take her wig and just pull it back a little bit because it's a little bit low. But nevertheless, we had a little fight between them. But I will say the chick I'm talking about, I think her name might be Maria. I forget her name. Dark skin, terrible wig, you can't miss her. But she has a beautiful personality. I love her personality. And I wasn't the biggest fan of her look because of the damn wig, but I was able to get a glance of her without, I was able to kind of see her without the wig because guys have that superpower. A lot of women don't know that guys have that superpower. Here's the superpower that guys have that women don't know. Women do not know that men can visualize them with certain things missing. For example, we see a woman dressed a certain way. We can picture her, and it's pretty clear, by the way. It's really phenomenal. We can picture her butt naked because we can take what we see, and our brains will Photoshop the rest. Like, women don't know we got that power. So a lot of times women will get some pushback from their husband or their boyfriend, like, yo, you can't wear that out. And they're like, why I can't wear this out? I'm pretty covered. Because the men know that somebody looking at their wife or their girlfriend can figure out the rest. Right? We can take the few pieces that you've given us and we can swap and put it together and we can figure out what the whole package looks like. And women don't know that. So they'll go out with their feet out. They'll go out with their cleavage out. And I'm like, oh gosh, rookie female. A guy can take that cleavage and manufacture the rest of the breast. A guy can take her feet and figure out the rest of the body because that's a power that guys have that women don't know we have. Ask any guy right now. Rewind what I just said and ask any guy right now. You gonna realize what my purpose is. I'm here to help you. I mean, straight up. I'm like your big bro, your little bro. I'm giving you the game. I don't know if you're gonna pick it up. Yeah.